about as thick as your arm to keep you dry. What's a shelter going to do for you, though? What's the most important role of the shelter?
David Masters was a corporate broker in Toronto for over 10 years. He moved back to the outskirts of Hamilton to help care for his ailing father. And while spending time on the land he grew up on, David rediscovered his connection with nature. Inspired by sustainability, David built a yurt to reside in, which is a tent-like structure. After a year, he built a second yurt for educational, leadership, and team-building purposes. From that, Lunatic Adventures and the Luna Project was born.
People understand that we all have choices every day, and those choices have huge impacts on the environment. So you vote every day by spending money, and those choices can have big impacts or no impacts. And I was definitely one who had huge impacts when I was living in Toronto. So and now I've gone the other side. Everyone that comes here to Luna, we practice a pack-in, pack-out philosophy. So it's my way of saying that you take responsibility for your own waste. On the property, the entire site is completely off-grid, so we generate all our own electricity through solar and wind. All our rainwater here on site, it is just that. It's rainwater caught on the roof and stored in 500-gallon tanks. And that provides drinking water, cooking water, and shower water for myself. There's a composting toilet to deal with all my waste, and we compost all our food scraps. As a company, last year we had 2,300 people through the site, and we produced 12 bags of garbage for the entire year, so a bag a month. And we're trying to lower that this year by, again, furthering our choices.
The Luna Project includes a wilderness summer camp for kids to come and learn about nature, shelter building, survival, and having some plain old fun.
My favorite part about Luna is probably like all the scavenger hunts and stuff that we did, and going swimming in the ponds and stuff like that.
And what have you learned here?
That beside the plant called stinging nettle, there's another plant that helps get the sting away from stinging nettle, which is called jewelweed.
I've learned that you can, last year, that you can squeeze this kind of bark, and you can get water from it. And it may be yellow, but it's water.
Is that there's this plant called bloodroot. If you crack it open, the juice, it looks a lot like blood, and if you rub it on anything itchy, it makes it like feel just so much better.
Most of us are becoming more and more conscious of our environment, but we have a long way to go before all of the destruction comes to an end.
But I'll never look at somebody and say, oh, you're driving a Hummer or you're powering a powerboat, you know, shame on you. But I will explain to them, here's the ripple effect of the consequences that, you know, you're doing. And let them make the decision on their own. And it'll happen in time when we all start understanding, wow, there's, you know, this is the only planet we've been given and we have to protect it. And I know I did my share of damage when I was in the corporate world, and now I'm repairing that, but helping other people repair as well.
I'm Mark Vituska for Hamilton Life.